Okay, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Bosley,
Present.
Alderman Kennedy, Alderman Conway, Alderman Cruzen, Alderman Moore.
Here.
Alderwoman Davis,
Present.
Alderman French,
Present.
Alderman Carter, Alderman Coter,
Here.
Alderwoman Spencer, Alderwoman Green,
Present.
Chairman Rhodey.
Present.
We have 8 present and we have a quorum.
Alderman from the 24th, we'll hear Board Bill number 306 now.
Sorry.
Good morning. Thank you. Board Bill 306 deals with rezoning parcels 7144 rear Manchester Avenue and 7155 Lanham Avenue. Both these parcels are owned by Pat Schuchard, who's here. They are adjacent to the majorette, which is at 7144, 7150 Manchester, recently renovated event space. These are behind the building and are parking essentially. They have different, these are zoned J currently. We rezone them to F so that all the parcels have, all the adjacent parcels have the same zoning so that Mr. Schuchard can consolidate all those parcels into a single parcel with one zoning designation.
I'm sorry, what was planning on going there? I was reading something, I wasn't listening.
So what's planning on
Yeah, do you have a plan for what's going in?
This is the parking area for 7150 Manchester, which has already been renovated and already opened as the majorette, which is an event space.
Okay.
We can allow the owner to consolidate all those into a single parcel if we give them all the same zoning.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Thank you. Alderman Bosley, have any questions from the Alderman for the 24th?
Were there any public meetings where the people that live and own property anywhere in the vicinity, within 100 yards of there, were they notified?
Well, we certainly post all the rezoning notices, and the Planning Commission always weighs in on any rezonings, which is a public hearing. And I talked to, I believe I talked to 2 of the adjoining property owners. Yes.
Well, they must have been satisfied because they ain't here today.
Oh, I thought I heard Alderman Conway down here earlier. Is he? Okay. Alderman Moore, you have any questions?
This is a residential neighborhood now?
No, this is a parking lot adjacent to a railroad. It's Zone J, industrial. The owner just wants to combine 2 parcels so that the parking lot and the building are on the same parcel, but we can't combine the 2 until they have the same zoning designation. So we're taking it from industrial zoning to F, neighborhood commercial zoning for the whole area.
Alderwoman Davis?
No questions.
Alderman French?
Yeah, so looking at the map here in Exhibit 8, so the Lanham, I'm really not familiar with this block here, but so it looks like to the left of this slight parcel, on the right of the slight parcel, it will all be A, single-family dwelling, is that right?
That's the current zoning.
Uh-huh. And so you're
For
going to have
Lanham.
that.
It's going to all be F.
So
But I think Exhibit A is showing the current zoning.
but the area outlined in dark black is the area that's being rezoned.
Right, and so there's 2 parcels there. One of those parcels is zoned A on Lanham, and one of those, and that parcel is actually basically just drive access into, it's like a driveway into this rear parcel, which is currently Zone J Industrial. There's-
Okay, so when we're all done, though, you're gonna have that whole block zone single family except that one parcel, which will be Zone J and.
No, it'll be Zoned F.
I mean,
It'll be-
okay, Zone F and lead back to that larger parcel. So are there houses to the left and right of that?
Looking at this map, to the right, yeah, there are houses on Lanham.
Okay. And they're okay with the rezoning?
Yeah, I mean, that parcel that's zoned A on Lanham there, that, if you see Hewitt just south of there, while it's a residential parcel, it's basically a continuation of that street. It becomes a driveway that accesses that rear parcel.
Okay, so it's not like there's a house there now?
No.
Okay. All right, no other questions?
Alderman Carter? No questions. Alderwoman Spencer? Alderwoman Green?
No questions.
Hearing no other questions, no other comments, the chair will entertain a motion that we pass Board Bill number 306 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Bosley,
Aye.
Alderman Moore, Alderwoman Davis,
Aye.
Alderman French,
Aye.
Alderman Coder,
Aye.
Alderwoman Spencer, Alderwoman Green,
Aye.
Chairman Rhodey.
Aye.
We have 8 ayes and 0 noes.
Okay, Board Bill number 306 is passed out of committee with due pass recommendation. Alderman, you're recognized on Board Bill number 307.
Thank you. Board Bill 307 is another rezoning bill. This one is 1300 Hampton, which is right by my house. This is a single parcel that currently has 2 zoning designations. The building that's there was built across the property lines in the 50s. The property was subsequently consolidated at some point in the past, but the parcels were not rezoned. So now what the building is now is it's a multi-tenant office building that has A zoning. So every time they have every time somebody signs a new lease to move in for office use, they need a conditional use hearing. So this would give the whole building, or the whole parcel F zoning, which is consistent with other parcels along Hampton, and would eliminate that step of the conditional use hearing for office tenants. And I'll note this building is also just listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
Are there any questions from the alderman for the 24th? Alderman Bosley?
I have no questions. It's in his ward.
Alderman Moore? Alderwoman Davis?
No questions.
Alderman French? Alderman Kotar? No questions. Alderwoman Spencer? Alderwoman Green?
No questions.
Hearing no questions, the chair will entertain a motion for Board Bill number 307 to pass out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Previous.
Thank you.
Previous row.
Hearing no objections, we'll consider Board Bill 307 passed out of committee. We are now taking up Board Bill number 300 with Alderman from the 19th. Jack, you got a couple minutes after the meeting. Okay.
I got this Ways and Means meeting at 10.
Okay, just take 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I have before us the continuation of 634 North Grand TIF. This is a note ordinance. Board Bill 300 is the last piece of legislation for the 634 North Grand property and project. The TIF itself, excuse me, my voice is gone. In January, the board approved Board Bill number 251, which approved the TIF redevelopment plan, and Board Bill 252, which authorized the TIF development agreement. Now, this note ordinance was approved by the Board of E&A at its February 17th meeting. So this is basically the last part of that project, the financing part. And I ask for your approval.
So this is just the notes, and if you could, Alderwoman, just refresh our memory, how much
Sure.
was, I know we've looked through all this stuff before.
Right. So this is the former Department of Health building at 634 North Grand, currently being redeveloped as a hotel and office space and retail space on the first floor. It is, at this time, estimated to be a little over $56 million project. We anticipate having a major company moving in from Chesterfield who will occupy a floor there in the building, and about 75 employees, and they plan to increase that number. Average salaries there are above $75,000. We also will have in there restaurants that have already been talked to, and the second phase of that project, which will be a 550-car parking garage. This currently is just for the structure itself, for the hotel and its development.
And it's, the notes are for I just saw five.
Oh, $5.5
$5.5
million, yes.
Okay, Alderman Bosley, any questions?
Yeah, is this in the same block or next to the Fox Theater up there?
It is down the street. It is on the south corner from the St. Louis Symphony Power Hall. It's the former Department of Health building.
Well, I have no other questions, because that neighborhood really needs to come back.
Thank you.
No question. I feel like I'm Colonel Potter and I got radar running around here. Counselor, if you could you explain when we do TIF, there's what, 3 notes that are usually involved? I mean,
Well,
3 board bills, and then one of them is the blighting bill, one is the...
One of them is the blighting bill, which blights the area and approves a redevelopment plan. The second one is a bill which authorizes a redevelopment agreement for the city to enter into that redevelopment agreement with TIF redeveloper, and it always has the redevelopment agreement attached. And then the third board bill, which follows along, is the so-called note ordinance, which really just delves deeper into the form of the notes, under what conditions the notes will be issued. The one you have in front of you is the normal form that's been used. It's been reviewed by both SLDC attorneys, Gilmore and Bell, and the comptroller's attorneys at Armstrong. It's a pretty routine piece. And this is actually the, it is the third of the 3 TIF bills for this, and it's the 6th of the various board bills that you all have been asked to approve for this project.
Sorry, I'm kind of going a little out of order. Somebody whispers in my ear and it throws me all off. Okay, does that answer your questions? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, we kind of went out of order there. Alderman French. Alderman Kotar.
No questions.
Alderman Spencer. Any other questions? Alderwoman Green, excuse me.
Quick question. I'm just trying to look here. Do we have a sheet somewhere with the projected foregone revenue?
That was provided at the last meeting, Alderwoman.
I can get it for you. I don't have it
But
with
it's
me
not in
today.
this one. I don't have it
It was
with me.
part of the, it was part of both the redevelopment plan and then also of the TIF plan.
Okay, I just don't remember. off
Yeah,
the
I
top
can,
of
happy
my
to give it to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and John Ferry over at SLDC has reviewed. This was the first one that's gone through his process also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing no other questions, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll for Board Bill number 300. Oh, I'm sorry, thank you.
That we pass Board Bill 300, with the due pass recommendation.
It's been moved by the Alderman from the 2nd, seconded by the Alderman from the 21st. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Bosley?
Aye.
Alderman Moore? Alderman Davis?
Aye.
Alderman French? Alderman Coder?
Aye.
Alderwoman Spencer? Alderwoman Green?
Aye.
Chairman Rhodey?
Aye.
We have 8 ayes and 0 noes.
All right, here, having no other business before us,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, Alderwoman. We've been kind of dropping or slowing down on our little project to start getting a business plan and everything. I try to keep everybody updated on that. I've been giving the folks over at SLDC a little bit of a rest because I felt that they were a little swamped with the NGA stuff, and they assured me as soon as they're done with that they'll spend us some more time updating us on what their plans are. So, no other business. We'll consider the meeting adjourned then. Thank you all.
All right.
Good seeing you last night.
Yes.
Thanks for coming by.
Great.